It is always a big deal when we see a big brand like Southwest Airlines make a business model change that has everybody in an uproar because people definitely has things to say about it, especially their loyal customers. I was reading some of the comments that were happening on different articles and stuff that were being posted, and the summary that I get is people feel like, hey, you're just like everyone else now. They had a unique selling proposition of 2 bags fly free, and then they took that away. But let's break this down a little bit deeper and let's see what there's some lessons to be learned in the way that Southwest Airlines is communicating and making this big business shift, because the reality is that change in business is absolutely inevitable, but it is how you implement those change that's going to determine whether or not your brand is going to thrive or maybe take a nosedive. And we're going to be able to watch firsthand what Southwest does with this. So when they made that decision to take away 2 bags fly free, which has been their policy for years, it is a prime example of how a major business model can shift, and it has an impact on 2 big things. Those 2 big things are customer loyalty and brand perception. So we're going to break that down. So first up is brand loyalty. So it's really a delicate balance, right? We have a business that makes a big change for business reasons. So whether it's pricing, whether it's policies, maybe it's product offerings, it's always at risk of alienating a certain group of loyal customers. So people tend to stick with a brand because it's predictable and because they trust it. And if there's a big change in either one of those 2 things, they are going to be at risk at losing those loyal customers. So it's really key during this time of transition that if they want to retain loyalty, that they need to make sure that they're communicating and that they're trying to find other ways to add value. So we'll watch and see how Southwest Airlines is going to do that. Next up is going to be brand perception. So are they going to evolve or are they going to erode? And when you really look at this, it's a great example. I love talking about how your brand is not just a tagline and it's not just a logo, but it's really about what people believe about your company. And drastic changes, especially when it comes to those that affect cost, it affects convenience, those are 2 big factors, can really shift the perception overnight. And we're kind of seeing that firsthand happen with Southwest Airlines right now. But companies must ask, does this change align with the values of our customers associated with us? And if not, there is work that needs to be done in reshaping that narrative. So we're going to see a lot of that happening with Southwest Airlines as they continue to kind of reshape that narrative a little bit. So how do you successfully navigate major business changes successfully? First and foremost is going to be transparency. Transparency is key. You need to communicate why the change is happening and how it benefits the customers in the long run. So, Southwest Airlines kind of did that. We know that there's a business model shift because of pricing. They need to make sure that they stay profitable, because if they're not going to be profitable, they're not going to be around. So they have to make these business changes. So transparency is key. I feel that they did a pretty good job with that, saying why they made these changes. And then how can they give before they take? So if a policy is removing a perk or removing some type of convenience with that, something new needs to enter that value. So what are they doing? They're making a push towards their credit card. So if you have their credit card, you can still get the bags fly free. So obviously they're earning money with people that are charging and using their credit card with the interchange income. So this can actually boost profitability and actually pay for those baggage fees, because companies that have credit cards, they can actually make a lot of money on that. Next up, and I'm hoping that Southwest Airlines is listening, is because you have to gather feedback and maybe make some adaptations with that. So customers appreciate being heard, and they love to see when you're actually making an adjustment on that. We actually saw Canva do this when they were going to increase their pricing, and then they're like, you know what? Just kidding, we're not going to do that. So that had a great impact on that. And you really want to try to stay true to your core identity. So change should evolve a brand, but it should not erase what makes it special. So some might argue that the 2 bags fly free is what makes Southwest special, but the reality is there's a lot more into that, just like there's a lot more into your business. And really, at the end of the day, businesses have to evolve to survive. But loyalty is earned through consistency, through value, and through trust. So if you are considering making a major shift in your business model, how are you going to ensure that your customers stay engaged rather than being frustrated? That's the question that you need to ask yourself. Continue to watch how Southwest Airlines takes this business model shift and how they do with that, and see what lessons that you can learn for your business. And if you are looking for a business coach, I would love to work with you. I'm Carrie Bedore, and I am a marketing coach with Golden Link, and I would love to help you redefine what success looks like for your business. Thanks for watching.